Well, for those that don't know, I am Tom Brambley, supervisor of STEM education here at PA Cyber, and thankfully I get to reside on most days right across the hall here. So even when William and I are not doing STEM activities together, I get to watch him in here doing other activities. Before I get to presenting this award to William, and from what I understand, he's got about a 45-minute speech prepared. So before I hand it over to him, I do want to take a minute to recognize somebody else here in this room, and that is the regional representative, Lori Richards, who does an amazing job at this office all around, but also when it comes to, and I see some head nods there in agreement, to the Polytechnic stuff here. She will tell you that she's not a Polytechnic person at all, that STEM is not her thing, but yet she embraces not only what we do at the mobile lab, but things like the visit to Triangle Tech. She went outside the box with that tour, and you know, the science of candy making stuff. And when we have Polytechnic events here, she ensures that everybody is aware and that we have huge groups. Sometimes to her demise, right? Because she is always willing to come back here and help out with the kids. And I think she usually needs a nap after that. But she's always here, hands-on. And so, Lori, I know you're taking pictures or videos or something back there, but I would like to present you with this certificate of appreciation for everything that you do. And just to explain to you, because this is the first year that we've done the PA Cyber Polytechnic Academy Awards. So, first of all, the Polytechnic Academy is intended to help students realize their potential and their personal skills that enable them to be critical thinkers and creative problem solvers, if they're not already that, right? But to experiment hands-on, project-based learning, to discover their technical skills that are amplified through curiosity, which Will certainly has, and imagination, which Will certainly has, and the ability to collaborate, again, which Will certainly has, and that the students here certainly embrace and embody here. And so we have these Academy Awards, the Polytechnic Academy Awards, that we've established to recognize the members of the PA Cyber community. That means students, obviously, our staff members, and our partners, that display a passion for Polytechnic engagement, share the enthusiasm for Polytechnic with those around them, and demonstrate a pursuit of Polytechnic endeavors. And so, obviously, we're here today to recognize William as the High School Student of the Year for the PA Cyber Polytechnic Academy Awards, which we've affectionately nicknamed the Polys. So the High School Student of the Year is a student that is passionate about the topics in Polytechnic. This student enthusiastically participates in regional office events, field trips, virtual events, workshops, clubs, and/or classes that are related to Polytechnic. This student also pursues Polytechnic activities and endeavors outside of school in their free time. Will certainly embodies all those things that this award intends to recognize. When there's a Polytechnic event here in Greensburg, he's there and he participates with vigor, with deep thought, and even a competitive spirit, I would say. Will, again, comes to all of the Polytechnic events that we offer here. He was a member of the Pennsylvania Governor's STEM team that just competed 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago, at the state competition where they were recognized as the best safety device in the state. But in the overall awards, they recognized the top 4 teams in the state, or the top 4 projects, maybe I should say, in the state. And we didn't finish in the top 4 in the state in that. But the very next day, Will, of course, was here in the office for another event. And he came to my door and he knocked and he said, "Do you have a minute?" And he came in and he had a slew of questions and thoughts about how next year the team could be among the top in the state. And that, I think, truly is an example of Will and that deep thought and that vigor and that competitive spirit for all things Polytechnic. And I remember one of the first times that I met Will here at the office, and I don't even remember exactly what event it was, but I remember him coming up to me afterwards, and he was talking about his 3D printer at home. And he said, "This is happening on my 3D printer, and what are your thoughts about why this may be occurring?" And we got in depth into a conversation about different attributes of 3D prints and 3D printers, and that continues to be the spirit of Will. And we talk about a problem solver, and that's what he is through and through. Is somebody that not only loves the coolness of Polytechnic stuff, right? Everybody has that moment where they're like, "Oh wow, that laser cutting is really awesome," right? 3D printing, that's really unique. Like, I mean, and it's a flash in the pan for most people, right? But for Will, it is who he is because he loves to think creatively and critically and solve problems and invent. And so I think for all those reasons, he is the perfect student here, not just in the Greensburg area, but across the state, and all high school students at PA Cyber to be named the PA Cyber Polytechnic Academy High School Student of the Year. So, Will, careful, that's actual crystal.
Oh, don't drop it.
Word, Polytechnic, that I learned somewhere, and I kept rummaging around, or wandering around Midland saying, we need something here that is better than what we have. And we had some good things, and I'm like, I want a Polytechnic. And they go, what does that mean? I'm like, I don't know. I like the word, nobody has it, it alliterates with PA Cyber. But this is, I think, where, without knowing, this is what we wanted to happen. We wanted to have really extraordinary opportunities for kids of all ages here to explore. And, whether that's somebody that, is a little Albert Einstein, or somebody who's not quite yet sure what they want to do with their life, and that has a strong interest in learning and exploring and inventing, as you said. And, it's actually through the hard work of especially Eric and Dave who did this, and then they discovered Tom. And then I knew what the Polytechnic was. So, and the van and everything else that we've put together with this, and the way the regional offices have embraced it and come up with brilliant ideas. But when I thought of this without knowing you, you were who I wanted the Polytechnic to be for. So it's nice to put a face for this. And I didn't know we were doing this. I walked into the marketing office and I'm like, oh, what's that? And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. So it's nice that you're the first ever, you're the first one to get an award at all, period, because this is the first one. So you own that. And secondly, you're the first high school recipient. So congratulations. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing you a lot in the next 3 years and 2 months.
Several people's this man.
Yeah, right. Congratulations. I'm so glad that this is this idea, and the people who have implemented it have given you and your peers and those of you who share this love and this desire to learn about these things an opportunity to do so in some really spectacular ways. So congratulations. Thanks so much. You don't have to.
No pressure.
Well, seeing as how I feel like I have to live up to the expectation of delivering a now 3-hour speech.
Oh, jeez.
But no, it's been an honor to be a part of PA Cyber. The one thing that has really helped to keep us with PA Cyber is the fact that they have regional offices. It's the one thing that really sets it apart, how you can go somewhere, you can have art classes, music classes, STEM classes, and not just those classes, but it's also the staff here as well. Mr. Tom, Miss Lori, Miss Danielle, and the other teachers. And going back to the problems with my 3D printer, I did get them fixed. Thanks to his advice. His advice was what was wrong with it, and we got that fixed. So, just thank you for this opportunity.
Congratulations.